everybody's searching for those fresh tracks, right? And kind of like to go out and earn my turns a little bit and get a little more immersed in, feeling to be in the mountains.
For Daron Rahlves, a former U.S. ski team member and downhiller, skiing has always been in Daron's DNA.
It's been a generational thing in my family. My grandparents were skiing, my parents are skiing. That's how we got involved in it, my sister and I. And now I have 9-year-old twins and have passed on that sort of love and passion for this sport I have been doing as a career. Started doing some racing and got really involved in that, and that kind of was something I focused on, and had this great career in the ski racing world on World Cup.
Great? Now that's an understatement.
Was a downhiller, ran some Super G and GS. Well, through my racing career, I had 7 national titles, 28 World Cup podiums, 12 World Cup wins, 3 World Championship medals, and X Games gold in ski cross. Actually, another thing that I was pretty proud of was getting the Powder Magazine Best Line of the Year up in Alaska. So it just showed kind of like my versatility of taking from the racing world into some like bigger mountain stuff.
And let's not forget Daron's first and second place finishes at the legendary downhill, the Hahnenkamm.
I think over the years I made a transition. I decided I wanted to walk away from ski racing and top my game, healthy on my own terms, and I wanted to do something different, do something new and exciting. And
Daron retired more than 10 years ago, but he's still out there pushing and testing himself, whether it's on snow or dirt.
I've always felt like being a versatile athlete, a person is great, being just immerse yourself in different things, and challenge yourself. And I've always had a love for kind of pushing it more, being scrappy, and speed feels good. And when you're going faster, anything you do, the more you got to be on top of your game. I mean, it's as close as I can get to downhill racing, with that sort of that rush. I mean, the start, blasting off the line and going for the first turn and chasing guys down.
Nowadays, Daron has found a new inspiration.
Yeah, my home resort, Sugar Bowl, we have incredible inbounds terrain, but what's also awesome about that spot is all the backcountry. Tahoe has an incredible amount of terrain to ski, and so backcountry touring has been a big kind of focus of mine the last couple of years. And when you hike up, you're able to kind of test the snow a little more. You're out there. It's just you get a lot less runs, but the quality's super high when you're hiking for it. And you get a chance to kind of just really scope out, the terrain. And I mean, it's good exercise for sure, keeps in shape, but it's just nice to be outside and suck down some fresh, crisp air and get on top of something and go charge it. The other day I hiked with my little boy on Christmas Day, hiked up and got some fresh tracks, and he was a little we have to go that high, and we got halfway up, and then he was all pumped, we're almost there, let's keep going. And he got sick turns. And it was just that moment was really cool to be able to share that with my own kids. And
we were able to meet up with Daron on a recent trip to British Columbia's Valhalla Powder Cats, where Daron and a group of his close Tahoe friends were chasing winter storms.
We nailed it. I mean, we had bluebird skies, came up after a nice storm. Pretty much every aspect we hit has been good. Yeah, it's just there's a good variety of terrain up here, and we're having fun as a group. And fresh snow, it's just so deep. You get some of those turns where you're just getting buried and hitting the chest by some fresh pow floating down the mountain. It's it can't get any better.
When it comes time to go full throttle, Daron falls back and relies on the knowledge he gained competing on the World Cup Tour.
I mean, it's time to go, time to ski. You want to be focused no matter kind of what challenge you have in front of you. Obviously, the more risky, the more focus you're going to get. And I think you tap in more of that that real time moment. That feeling, when you gotta be firing all the cylinders. And same thing in downhill. I've always liked the more challenging tracks. So I think it's elevated my performance and focus.
For a man that has always charged hard, it's nice to see Daron slow down and take in what's most important to him, family.
I think after having kids, it helped me open up and be willing to share more. Yeah, now I'm just kind of the mellow daddy skier out here, finding fresh lines and skiing with my kids now and some friends.